No school currently in the SEC wears green, but that wasn't always the case. This school's membership in the conference lasted nearly 3 decades longer than the Confederacy. Tulane was a charter member of the Southeastern Conference, which began in December 1932. They maintained their membership until 1965, a roughly 33-year period. If we were to pull a Scaramucci and use the Confederacy as a unit of measurement, that's over 7 confederacies. When the SEC was chartered in 1932, Tulane was one of the original 13 schools, all former members of the much larger Southern Conference. Also included in that original bunch, Georgia Tech and Sewanee, who many argue had the greatest football season ever in 1899. During its early years, the SEC was essentially homeless, with no official headquarters and no lead administrator. That changed in 1940, when former Mississippi Governor Martin Mike Connor was named the conference's first president, and the conference established an office in Jackson's Standard Life building. But prior to that, a mere 3 years into its existence, the SEC did something groundbreaking in the world of college athletics. Something that's had enormous residual effects to this day. It legalized athletic scholarships. That profoundly changed the landscape for some of the SEC's member schools, especially the smaller private institutions like Sewanee and Tulane. While Tulane was able to dominate in men's tennis, winning 18 conference championships, the effects of the athletic scholarship were most felt in popular team sports like basketball and football. Tulane did manage to win a share of the SEC football crown in 1934 and again in 1939, as well as a basketball conference championship in 1944. In 1949, it claimed the outright conference title in football, but that would be the last time it ever had a winning record in conference. 2 years later, Tulane's president initiated a de-emphasis of athletics, which meant a reduction in the number of athletic scholarships the school would offer. This also included an overhaul to some of its academic programming. Feeling like its institutional objectives were no longer aligned with the conference's athletic goals, Tulane announced on New Year's Eve 1964 that it would depart the SEC following the 65-66 academic year. Ahead of its final season of football in the SEC, Stuart Gertner wrote this in the Tulane Hullabaloo. "We are not in the same athletic class with these schools. Our curriculum offers no degree in either education or management, and we cannot cope with the financial benefits allotted state colleges. Although SEC athletes couldn't make the grade at Tulane, most Tulane athletes couldn't make the grade in the SEC." Before its departure, Tulane did help break the SEC's color barrier when Stephen Martin played for the Green Waves baseball team in the spring of 1966. Mississippi State wouldn't field a black athlete until 1969, the University of Mississippi until 1971. To be clear, Tulane's departure was not rooted in racial equality or access to opportunity. It was, though, a reaction to a changing landscape. Despite being an SEC OG, Tulane's leaders determined the direction of the conference was at odds with the university. They chose the integrity of the institution over stubborn allegiance. They read the room. Tulane's life as an SEC member far outlasted the Confederacy. But the lessons to be learned are in its departure. When will Mississippi's leaders choose the integrity of all Mississippians over stubborn alliance? When will they read the room?